Welcome back for a special edition of Switch to Linux. It's not typical I do two videos, and this one's going to be very short. But I want to just have this little fun question. Can we trust Mozilla right now? Of course, there's been a lot of resources and references. I did a whole discussion on this. I forget if it was a news or a tinfoil hat time or whatever it was, where I looked at what they were doing with this little spying, I don't want to use the word spying program, but this data collection program out of Germany, which is like everything is completely inconsistent with everything in Mozilla's foundation. And of course, then, Brian Lenduke brings up this issue of them supporting Antifa, who is known as a effectively, I believe, a terrorist group in the United States, or part of them were. I forget all of the details on that. And then, of course, Brian Lenduke did this other question about at what point in time do you stop using a service, and he's using Mozilla because although they do a lot of great things, a lot of the decisions they're making right now seem to go completely against what is at their core founding, and they're making weird decisions. And I have to say, this caught my eye, and the only reason I'm doing this short video here today is this is my writing computer here. Well, I have two writing computers. One of them is my Linux Mint computer. This one actually still runs Windows 8. It's a Surface Pro 1. And I've considered wiping out Windows and putting Linux on it. But you know what? It does what I need it to do. All that this has on it is writing software and a web browser. That's all that computer does. And it works fine for its task. And, of course, being a Surface Pro 1, the first edition of the Surface computer, being pretty old, it's typically run websites pretty slow. So as I was working today, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and update this to Firefox Quantum. And so I ran the update. Of course, I was running such an old version of the software that first it upgraded to 56. I was like, yeah, no quantum on this? That's interesting. So I upgraded up to 56. I ran check updates again, and then it upgrades to 57.0.1. So then that's all updated. I jump on to do an internet search with my internet bar, and I look up. I'm like, I'm searching on Google all of a sudden. Like, that thing was set at IX Quick years ago. And I was like, what's going on? Maybe I'm just going crazy. Maybe I goofed up. Maybe something happened. And then I just booted the computer on. It's late in the night right now, and I just booted my computer on right now to do some final things here before I wrap up for the evening. And I found something funny, and I'm going to show you what that is now. Okay, so what we have here is this is my my page, and of course this one looks like my default page is IX Quick. IX Quick and Start Page is effectively the same company, and I caught this real quick because it said Firefox. So check this out. I'm going to zoom this in just in case you can't read it as well. Firefox latest update 15.0.1 aggressively tries to reset your default search engine to Google. Make sure Start Page and your default search engine again after the update. Please follow the instructions of this support article. You may want to bookmark the article now. Let's go ahead and have a look at that article. I'm not going to edit this out. I'm just going to make sure that my picture there is not going to overrun anything. It says how to add Start Page as a search engine. So this is just the basic stuff. Okay, so there's preferences. Okay, so there's nothing tragic in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run the update. Of course, I'm running Quantum. Let's go ahead and have a look at my my version. It says I'm already at 56.0.1. And I don't remember having to reset that. Maybe I did. Maybe I've also already run updates on this. I just don't remember, but I do see I had some updates. So I don't know. Maybe this one's up to date, and maybe it in fact, it's very possible it did reset itself to Google, and I had reverted it when I was doing my initial test. But the reason I brought this up, I was expecting to actually have that update. I didn't check that before doing the video. But where this did play a role is in my writing computer today. I saw this, and frankly, I just thought I went nuts for a little bit. Like, no big deal. So here, I've already have Firefox installed. I have already gone through and customized my search engines. I had this guy set up. I installed Firefox 57 on my writing computer today, and it reset my search engines to Google. Why, Mozilla? Mozilla, what are you doing? You're doing data collection in ways that are inconsistent with your doctrines. This is weird. Why are you resetting the search engines? I don't want to use Google. I've intentionally made sure I'm not running Google. Just a thought. And a warning if you're updating to this. And by the way, I'm not sure. Let's see if DuckDuckGo has a similar warning on it. Of course, Start Page probably does. I think that's actually the same page. Yep, so they do. Let's see if DuckDuckGo has that. And I'd support any of these. So this one doesn't, but they don't really give you much information there on that. Let's see. Lots of add DuckDuckGo to Firefox. They're not giving us any of that information. But if you are using alternative search engines, alternative to Google, and you should be, and you are using Firefox, make sure that you reset that. And you know what? I was going to go ahead and jump online and do things on Firefox. I think I'm going to go ahead and use WaterFox today instead. They put a bad taste in my mouth for this evening, and with that being said, it begs that question. Can we trust Mozilla? Can we trust them? What are they doing? Just a thought, just a question. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you upgraded Firefox. Did it do the same thing to you as it did on me today? And like I said, it didn't happen on this computer. I'm thinking it might have, and I just may not have noticed, because right after I installed this, I went in and did a whole lot of customizations to Firefox again right afterwards. So that's just a thought, but it's just an interesting thing. So let me know if you've noticed the same thing. Do you read those notices there on Start Page? And what do you think of Mozilla aggressively resetting your search engine to Google after you're done? I mean, apparently if Google's not the search engine, apparently you intentionally changed it. What are you doing, Mozilla? If someone from Mozilla's watches this video, what the hell are you guys doing? Would you let me know? I'd be glad to have you on and talk about it. But that's just odd to me. So thanks for watching this special edition of Switch to Linux, and have yourself a wonderful evening.